Our confidence, if anything, has increased because of what's happening with artificial intelligence. Finally, ChatGPT captured the imagination of the investor. We had been talking about artificial intelligence since the firm started in 2014. And we had been very focused on NVIDIA as the pure play in this space. So we were there when NVIDIA was 5. We're on to the next thing now. And I would say you're picking early 21. The drop from early 21 in our strategies to the low was worse than the tech and telecom bust, which makes no sense. Back then, the technologies weren't ready and the costs were too high. We didn't have the cloud, we didn't have deep learning and AI, we didn't have transformer technology. We were not ready for prime time and the costs were prohibitive. Today, and yet investors were chasing the dream back then, and that ended badly. Today, talk about investor psychology, we're ready for prime time. The dream is no longer, it's a reality. And investors are so fearful. And so we think that the surprise element out there, as our companies take off, and harnessing these new platforms, the element of surprise is going to be significant, and we will earn our way back into portfolios. There are many who stuck with this and averaged down all the way. We think they will be rewarded handsomely if our research is correct. We think it is correct. Of course, we could always be wrong.
So the big story, you mentioned AI. Let's just stay on that topic. I look at your largest holdings in your main ARK fund. I see Tesla, Coinbase, Roku, Zoom. I know you've talked about Tesla and AI, NVIDIA and AI, but describe AI's exposure in your portfolio. Where does it help other than Tesla, which you've talked about before, NVIDIA? Look at all these other ones we've got here: Twilio, Roblox, Unity, some of the other ones, Block as well. Speak about it broadly, and what where it fits in here.
Sure. Most of the stocks in our portfolios are there because we've used an AI lens. Now, we wrote a paper called Investing in Artificial Intelligence, Where Will Equity Value Surface? It's on ark-funds.com. Now, I think many people feel comfortable. They're on the right horses, the mega cap tech companies or the Magnificent Seven, one of which is Tesla. So we clearly agree with that one. We are not sure when it comes to the others. We think that AI is going to be highly disruptive, is going to disintermediate some of these platforms, not all of them, and that it may be the worst thing that has happened to a company like Google. Google, if I can go to ChatGPT and just get an answer right away and not be bothered with links and advertisements, I might do that. Well, guess what? Google is responding and now giving me answers. So it could be the best thing that happened to Google. We don't know. All I know is that when there are major changes in platforms, especially user interfaces, now that we're thinking about glasses and other wearables, the winners of the last round in technology typically are not the winners in the next round. So we're on guard in that regard. And we know that most large cap portfolio managers own all of these. Our portfolios are a highly diversified way to participate in artificial intelligence. For every dollar in hardware that companies spend on artificial intelligence, it will probably pull $20 through in software. So that's why you see a company like UiPath, robotics process automation, which we think is harnessing the foundation models that OpenAI, Anthropic, and others, Meta's Llama 2, it's harnessing those foundation models, but is using specialized models with its proprietary data to become the robotics process automation company in the world, the largest. And same with Twilio. What kind of data? And you'll hear four variables that we think are critically important as all companies approach AI and try and figure out how can I harness the productivity gains from this new technology. One is they have deep domain expertise. They obviously know what they're doing, and they have a vision about where their own technology and company is going in the future. They have artificial intelligence expertise. They're taking this seriously. They have good distribution, preferably global, not always. And then most important beyond that, they have proprietary data. And most of the companies you'll see in our portfolios have proprietary data that no one else has that they can use to help their customers. Twilio is another example, 1 trillion business consumer interactions every year and growing at an accelerated rate. They can help marketers and salespeople understand, hey, these were the interactions that caused movement towards your company or your product. That is very valuable information that nobody else has.
So here's another, what she's saying is essentially this is a variation on software eats the world. It's just a more advanced kind of software that eats the world that makes things more productive and efficient. I mean, what she was saying with proprietary data, we had a couple companies go public here in the last couple of months, and one of the things they told me was they get hired to have access to the databases of various companies and provide high-level analysis. AI obviously is a higher level analysis than you can provide. So what she's saying makes perfect sense in terms of improving productivity for companies that are using the software around this.
Well, not only that, the amount of growth, and Cathie and her crew have always been proponents of growth. It's not just earnings, but the growth that you have in the stocks that you buy, and then being able to pick the right stocks at the right time with the right allocation. And that's what ARC's been all about.